Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you guys an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while, and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. Good morning, good morning. It is 9:59 in the morning. And as you can tell by the title of the video, my Jaclyn Cosmetics, the Luxe Legacy eyeshadow palette came in. It got here pretty late last night, so I am filming earlier today. It is Thursday. If you have been here for a while, you know on Thursdays when my honey is home from work, we go and have Tex-Mex and margaritas. So I am getting this filming done early. The twins are also just not in the best of moods, and yeah, so if you hear a lot of noise in the background, that is what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and dig right in to this Jaclyn Cosmetics Luxe Legacy palette review. All right, guys, so I want to say about a week ago, I think it was a week ago, Jaclyn Hill informed us that her next collection was launching, and this time it was going to be a collaboration with her beautiful mother, Robin. When I heard this, I was excited because I wanted to see what it was. It launched on April 24th, I believe, which was a Sunday, and it did launch a tiny bit earlier at Ulta. So I purchased through Ulta because of the type of member I am at Ulta. I think it's Diamond, I'm not 100% sure, but I get free shipping if I spend $25 or more. Through the Jaclyn Cosmetics website, you have to spend $50 in order to get free shipping. I was only going to purchase the palette, so I didn't qualify for free shipping, and that is why I purchased through the Ulta website. So I got the original, or like the not so special packaging of the palette. If you order through Jaclyn Cosmetics, then you will get the palette that has a picture of Jaclyn and her mother, Robin, which is such a beautiful picture that she chose. And I believe on the unicorn in the back, she did get the clear from some influencers to get or use pictures of them with their children and just showcasing them as a mother, which I thought was so cute. I feel like this collection definitely holds dear in a lot of people's hearts. So I do feel like this collection is definitely something that people are going to treasure, which I thought was really beautiful, very thoughtful, and she did a good job with the concept of the collection. So this palette retails for $49. Here is the unicorn, and like I said, you can purchase it through her website or Ulta. I do believe it's coming at Morphe, I just don't know exactly what date. So you already saw the outside of the palette. Let me show you the inside, and mine looks like this shade was probably during packaging, like swiped or something, and then this one, which one? This one has a scratch, and one more has a small little scratch, but you know, nothing serious, nothing I'm upset about or anything. Anyways, okay, so here is what the palette looks like. These are beautiful colors. I definitely feel like it's a neutral palette. Like it doesn't lean warm or it doesn't lean too cool, or maybe like it's a mix of, I don't know. I feel like it's neutral. In my eyes, I'm looking at this and I feel like it's pretty neutral. This is definitely not a color story that attracts me. This is definitely not a color story that I feel I would pick up after today. So here comes the bad news. The bad news is that you came here for the Jaclyn Cosmetics Luxe Legacy eyeshadow palette review, but I unfortunately would not be reviewing this palette. What I am going to do is I am going to be giving away this eyeshadow palette. So just like the Natasha Denona, the Pastels palette, I purchased the palette, but I decided to pick a winner from one of my subscribers and gift it to you because I already knew I wasn't going to pick it up at all. I feel the same way about this palette. So I thought, you know what, just purchase the palette and bless one of your beautiful subscribers who is also a Jaclyn fan. And that way the palette doesn't go to waste. So if you're here for the review, I'm sorry, I'm not actually reviewing this palette. Okay, so the palette is nice and tucked back into its unicorn. I am going to sanitize it, and that is going to go to a lucky winner. So please stick around until the end and you will find out how you can enter to win this eyeshadow palette. So what am I going to do today? I will show you a picture here of all of the Jaclyn Cosmetics and Morphe and Jaclyn items that I have on my desk. I am going to try and create a somewhat similar eye look that I could with the new Luxe Legacy palette, and also use all the other wonderful products that I enjoy from Jaclyn Cosmetics. There are some that I don't, and I will let you know what items are the ones that I don't enjoy. But yeah, I figured let's take a trip down memory lane. Remember all the other releases that Jaclyn Cosmetics and Jaclyn has done, and create a full face of makeup. All right, I showed you a quick clip. I did use the Jaclyn Cosmetics concealer. This is in the shade Light Medium Neutral. It is not my favorite. It is a very dry formula and my skin does not agree with it. I have made it work in the past, and usually I use a very small amount, and I think with a sponge is the best way that I have been able to make it work, but I totally forgot a sponge today. So hopefully this does not go south. I am going to set my under eyes now with Jaclyn's face palette. Now this formula I did enjoy for a little bit, but then it started getting a tiny bit drying for my under eyes. But we're gonna try it today and see how it goes. I'm going to use a puff, and there is 4 shades available in this palette. This is the 3rd darkest shade. I'm going to jump into these 2 shades. It's a very drying powder as well, so I am kind of treading softly. Hopefully you can see what I see. Yeah, this combo just does not work for my skin type. It just turns dry, so much texture. I'm not liking at all what I'm seeing, but let's keep going. Okay, the next thing we're going to jump into is eyes. Now, I did go in for my under eyes with her little eye primer. I do own this. I do love this. I'm almost out of it, and I might have to repurchase it. And it still didn't help the under eyes at all. I did go in with the new Weightless powder from Wayne Goss, and I also have his foundation on. I do own the tinted moisturizer from Jaclyn Cosmetics, and as you could tell, I have definitely used it. Just for today's look, I didn't feel like it was a good type of coverage. I can get a little bit more coverage with Wayne Goss's foundation. That is the only reason why. I do enjoy this. For my skin, it actually does work. I know it's a hit or miss depending on your skin. Okay, so eyes. I have the original Jaclyn Hill palette. I have volume 2. I have the neutrals palette that came out with Morphe, and then I have the Vault. So we will try and find shades similar to the palette. I did pull it out again just so I can reference and create an eye look that I might be able to create with the new palette. Now I know that the new palette is Jaclyn Cosmetics' first ever eyeshadow palette, and it's a different formula, but like I said, I know I'm not going to pick it up again, and I'd rather give it to somebody who's going to use it, and I will have to wait for the next palette that they release to test out the formula. Okay, we're going to jump in to the Jaclyn Divine Neutrals with Morphe. I do also own a lot of the Morphe brushes that they did with Jaclyn Hill. They're just sturdy. And we're going to jump into this shade right here, which is just barely, and it looks like the closest shade that I was able to get to Farm Girl. So we're going to use this as a transition shade. I already primed my eyes and I used my MAC paint pot. This is a Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH32. the name of that shade is perfect because you can barely see it. Okay, so I want to go into a shade that looks like this one next, which is Bad Mousy. And I found it in the, what is this? The Dark Magic from the Vault. This one right here, which is named Shh. This is a fluffy Jaclyn Cosmetics brush. Going to put this in the outer corner, darken it up a tiny bit because the only other shade that I feel that I can find in the palettes that I have is probably one of the green shades. So let me darken up this outer corner and we will put in olivey green shade. All right, that looks pretty good. I feel like it's a mix between like a slightly warm neutral and a cool tone. I'm liking it. Okay, now I'm going to dig in to a shade that reminds me of Moo, which is a pretty olive green shade. Now, the two that I have, one is from the Dark Magic palette. This one I feel is not the correct kind of green. It might have a little bit too much maybe yellow in there, and this one is a tiny bit more dark. So I think what I'm going to do is mix the two and just hope it goes well. This is an elf brush. It's like a fluffy flat brush, so I'm literally just dipping into both. Going to put this on the outer corner. Okay, next shade I wanted to go into, I wanted to go into one that looks like apple pie, but there's not one in any of the palettes that I have that look close to it. So instead we're going into French Silk. And I found two shades, one in the neutrals, this one right here, which is all Luxe, and in the original Jaclyn palette, this one right here. So I think I'm going to just go into both. I'm going to use my finger. Now into the neutrals palette. It's definitely like a pinky champagne type of shade. So it's a tiny bit lighter than I wanted it, but I have an idea. Still looks pretty. Okay, and last but not least, I did want to go into a shade that reminds me of Thankful. Of course, this is more of like a silver, true silver, and there is no true silver in any of the palettes that I have here. The closest one that I can see is maybe this one. So I'm just lightly going to dip into that and put it in my inner corner and kind of just graze it out. So inner corner. All right, guys, here is the finished eye look. And I did go in to some Ardell wispy lashes, cut one in half and used them on the outer corner. I used a nude eyeliner for the waterline and to tightline. I do feel like whatever eye look you come up with, this palette is going to be a very glam eye look. You can try and go simple, but if you use shimmers, I feel like it's going to look glam just because of the shades in there. Now we're going to add some dimension to this face because I feel like I look like a ghost. I am going to go into the Jaclyn Cream bronzers. This is in the shade Sandy. This was part of her hot summer collection. I don't believe these are available still. I don't own the blush and bronzer duo, so I'm going to use this. It's a pretty dry formula, like it turns from cream to powder, I feel like, so I should be fine. And this is a Morphe E48. Okay, now we look a tiny bit better. Now I'm going to go into one of her blushes, and I have this peachy tone one, which is called Swoon, but I don't think this goes with today's eye look. And this other rosy one, Overruled. I think I'm going to go in with this one, but I'm going to tread softly because this is pretty pigmented. And I'm just going to, you can swipe it on your cheek, but since it's so pigmented, I'm going to tread softly. And I'm using the brush first and then tapping it. This is a Morphe M442. It's like a stippling brush. And I feel this works best when it comes to cream blushes. Okay, now let's jump in to highlighters, and that's definitely something that I own a good amount of. I do have the Jaclyn highlighter palette. This was the very first release she did after, you know, the whole fiasco with the lipsticks. And with this palette, she came out with another formula. This is more of like a subtle type of highlight, and then another loose highlighter formula. This one's like a bam in your face. These I don't use often, if at all, just because they are a tiny bit too dramatic for me, just for my taste right now. And this liquid highlight, which I actually truly really enjoy. She came out with this when she released the Hot Tropics. Is it Hot Tropics? The Hot Summer collection, I'm not sure, but this is also a really really good formula, and it does work well under powder. I don't feel like this is still in stock on her website, so let me decide which highlighter I will be going into and I'll apply it for you guys. Okay, and there is what the beautiful highlighter looks like. It's a definite, very subtle type of shade, and it blends well on top of powder, which is one of the reasons why I really enjoy it, and I'm glad I picked it up when it came out, because I really don't think it's available anymore. I did go into the highlighter palette for my brow bone and used one of those. If you like a blinding highlighter, Jaclyn, she's got you, because that's her jam. Okay, the next thing is lipsticks. I did not purchase any of the liquid lips from this collection. Most of them looked like they were cool tones, because apparently her mother pretty much enjoys mostly cool tones on her lips. Understandably, it probably goes very well with her skin tone. So the first like liquid lip formula she came out with is the Cushion formula. I think this one came first before the other ones. If it wasn't, correct me down below. But I love this formula. It is absolutely beautiful. I got 3 out of the 5 shades. I got it in the shade Sincerely Yours, Last First Kiss, and Promised. So 2 of these are, actually one of them is more on the cool tone side, and I actually do enjoy the shade. It's pretty. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous tone. And actually this other lighter one might be a little bit more cool tone once you swatch it. It is. Okay, so this one I do enjoy. I'm okay with some cool tones, but I feel like the ones in this collection were too cool toned. Now, when she came out with her matte liquid lip, I did pick up 2 of these shades. I have here Outspoken and Mama, which is the shade that her mother made. And when you swatch it, it's definitely a cool tone pink. It feels like it has a little bit of purple in there. So I feel like most of the shades were this shade in this collection. This shade I have only used it a couple of times. I thought I was going to like it more than I did. And this is Outspoken. Yeah, so you could tell the shade that Robin, Jaclyn's mom, made is really cool toned. And if you don't like that, or you don't feel it goes well with your skin, I don't think you would like any of the shades in this collection. So I'm going to try out the shade Mama and see if it goes with the eye look. Okay, so I did put on a tiny bit of this ColourPop lip liner in a little one, and I'm going to put this on and see if I can make it work. So I put on a little bit and then I blend it out. This is the only way that I've been able to wear matte liquid lipsticks recently, just because they're so drying. This formula is pretty comfortable, but it's still pretty drying. All right, and here is the completed makeup look with almost an entire face of Jaclyn Cosmetics. I do feel like the lip looks okay. It doesn't look like it's too much. It definitely helped that I added a tiny bit more of the lip liner and just kind of smudged it on the top and the bottom. So overall, Jaclyn Cosmetics, for me, and what I have tested out, is a good brand. It's not like my absolute favorite because there are some misses, and I feel like Jaclyn kind of caters more towards her skin type, which makes sense. It's her makeup brand. It makes total sense. But for me, just a lot of the complexion products are too drying, and like the lips, I wish she came out with lipsticks, but I'm sure she still has like PTSD from that release back in, what was it, 2016. But I honestly do wish that lipsticks is next on the list. It must be my age, but I just, right now, that's what I prefer. That's what I reach for. Matte liquid lips, I don't use them. Mine have literally just been sitting there, and I'm debating on getting rid of almost all of them. I'm also wearing Jaclyn Roxanne earrings. I think these are the Glamour Hoop. And I'm also wearing the necklace that Robin made or designed for the Jaclyn Roxanne, the first launch that they had. So I am definitely a Jaclyn Hill fan. I have a good amount of products from her. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, she is the reason why I started my channel. She is the one who inspired me to start this YouTube channel, and I love supporting her. I know a lot of people hate her. You honestly either love her or hate her, and I feel like most of you who are here is because you love her. Yeah, so that is it. This is the full face. Okay, so unfortunately this giveaway is US only. I don't make enough revenue just yet to be able to do international giveaways or even include Canada. Just as of right now, as I'm doing this video and this giveaway, I have not made any money from my channel. So I'm hoping that could change soon, and you guys know that you can help out by liking this video and subscribing if you're not subscribed yet. Okay, so the rules to be entered to win this Jaclyn Cosmetics Luxe Legacy eyeshadow palette, you have to make sure and like my video. Also make sure that you're subscribed. I will check. And go on to my Instagram page and give me a follow there. Once you have done those 3 steps, make sure to come back here and let me know down below what was the very first Jaclyn Hill video that you saw on YouTube. I would love to know. Gosh, I don't even know which one was my first one. I don't remember, because honestly, I just remember watching YouTube and one of her videos popped up and I thought, gosh, she is gorgeous. And I just clicked on it. I'm pretty sure it was like an eyeshadow tutorial. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was an eyeshadow tutorial. I just don't remember exactly what video. Make sure you are 18 and over, and that is it. That is what you need to do to be entered into this giveaway. Good luck to every single one of you. And again, I apologize for not actually reviewing this eyeshadow palette. So follow all the rules. And that is it for this video. All right, guys, I did want to mention one more thing. I did see Allie Glines' review, and she mentioned that one of her pans was very loose. This one right here is very loose. I don't know if any of the other pans are loose as well. So whoever wins this giveaway, just keep that in mind, just in case when you receive it, one of the pans is out. I will do my best to package it and make sure it's as protected as possible. I just FYI. Okay, with that being said, I would love it if you gave this video a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and you would definitely help me out in the algorithm of hopefully bringing some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. All right, guys, good luck on the giveaway, and I will see you on the next video.